Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2 anime concluded a little over a month ago, and it was hands down the best anime of 2023. I can truly say this was an amazing experience with so many great fights and many heartbreaking moments. Without a doubt, this season could go down as an all-time season in anime history. In this video, I'll be giving you all my favorite moments in this season. Yes, I know some people might be like, dude, what about such and such? Then leave a comment below. But before we start, if you would hit that sub and like button, I would greatly appreciate it. And we're almost at our current goal of 500 subs. First up is Gojo losing to Toji. Toji became the first person to outmaneuver Gojo's infinity and successfully strike him, since Gojo had his infinity on for over a week protecting Riku. And until this moment, the Six Eyes has been untouchable. This intense battle with Toji and getting stabbed to death was a pivotal turning point for Gojo. The notorious sorcerer killer managed to expose Gojo's vulnerabilities in a way no one else had before. Defeating Gojo, this experience ultimately led to his transformation, shaping him into the formidable force that Gojo saw tutorial later on. Next up, Gojo's awakened. On the verge of death, Gojo started to understand the true nature of curse energy, allowing him to use a reverse curse technique for the first time to heal all of his wounds he suffered from Toji, and goes for his rematch and defeats Toji by a technique of the limitless not even certain members of the Gojo family knows. Using Hollow Purple, Gojo hits Toji with a mass attack that erases his entire arm and a piece of his torso. Dealing with the fatal blow, after this moment, Gojo became the Honor One, easily one of the best moments of Season 2, regardless of his two separate arcs. Next up, the Shibuya arc. Yes, I am a big Gojo fan, so it might be a lot of glazing for the first half of the Shibuya arc, but it is what it is. Even though this fight was short-lived, one of my favorite moments in the season is when Gojo goes up against Hanami and Jogo. Gojo is just toying with them and rips out Jogo's arm, then proceeds to rip out the weeds from Hanami's eyes, revealing that's Hanami's weak point. And this part was so damn epic when Gojo expands his infinity and completely leaving no trace of Hanami. And Gojo's just smiling, just having a good old time. And he's like, you know what? You guys want to fuck with me? I'm going to fuck with you, and I'm going to destroy one of your disaster cursed spirits. And this is when Shibuya took a whole different turn. Gojo getting sealed. After 299 seconds, almost 1,000 transfigured humans were annihilated by the hands of the strongest sorcerer alive. The prison realm was released and the gates open and traps Gojo, and he sees his best friend, who is supposed to be dead, and finds out its curse technique allows him to hop from body to body by switching brains, and Kenny needed to seal Gojo away due to being way too strong and can get in his ways of his plans, and the prison realm closes and Gojo is now sealed. This plan was perfected to the T because we needed Gojo away for Getsu's plan to move, taking over and making a new era with the sorcerers. And this right here was truly, truly fantastic. And this right here is when the story completely changed and savageness started to happen in all of Shibuya. Next up, who I didn't think would ever return back into Shibuya, Toji. Toji was resurrected and still a powerful character since taking the L from Gojo. This is the part what made it so exciting and shocking when he was resurrected by a sorcerer in Shibuya. Toji pops up in Daigon's domain, took Maki's cursed weapon away. Sweetheart, you don't need this. I got this. And brutally kills Daigon, then proceeds to attack his own son. And that rabbit scene was fucking fire when he was destroying all the rabbits with the pebbles from the ground. That was epic. And this event was so unexpected, with Toji ending his own life to avoid killing Megami after he told him that his last name was Fushiguro and not Zenith. Toji's reintroduction was so exhilarating. And this right here, where Shibuya got completely destroyed. Kuna's rampage in Shibuya and going up against Jogo and Magaraga. Jogo versus Sukuna was epic, and the anime did its justice. My favorite scene is when Gojo activated Maximum Meteor and Sukuna told Kisakabe and Panda, if you guys move, I will kill you. And when the meteor was getting closer and closer and closer, and they're like, holy shit, are we even going to make it away? He was like, guys, go ahead. And that right there was so freaking fire. And then he fights Jogo and you kills him with his own move with fire versus fire. And then when Jogo gets his, his little flashback, when people die in Jujutsu Kaisen, they get their own, monologue between themselves. And Sukuna's like, hey man, don't worry. I had a lot of fun with it. And you were strong. That right there is a great, great moment. And when Sukuna gives you props, like he gives 0 props to Yuji. When he gives you props, he really means it. Then Sukuna's fighting Magaraga, and the cursed spirit is able to go toe-to-toe with the King of Curses. Sukuna is so intrigued by Magaraga's ability to adapt to all curse techniques, and the King of Curses activates his domain expansion, and the anime, oh my god, did it justice. Mappa Studio, they did their thing. End of the day, We had to give our prayers to Mappa Studios employees because, you know, they are working 18 hours a day or maybe 23 hours a day and get 1 hour break. Because as of right now, I really feel bad for the Mappa Studio employees, but, you know, they did deliver us an amazing, amazing season. Sukuna activates Malevolent Shrine and expands his domain by nearly 140 meters in Shibuya. And this is where it gets crazy. You start to see cleave happening all over Shibuya, and the range of the Malevolent Shrine, and innocent people are dying left and right, all just to defeat Magaraga before he can adapt to cleave. We're not done yet with Sukuna. He does the most savage shit and tells Yuji, hey buddy, look at Shibuya. And look at all the destruction I did. Then gives him a flashback of all the killing he did while he took over Yuji's body. And then Yuji just falls to the ground and has a mental breakdown, starts crying, saying that just die already. And the anime wilded out by playing the intro, You Are My Special. That right there was so fucked up, but it was perfect timing and I loved it. And this next part, we literally had back-to-back heartbreaking moments of death right in front of Yuji for him to witness. Nanami right now is burnt to death after Jogo just, you know, burnt his ass after coming, you know, being so mad that Daigon passed away. And right now he's walking to, you know, where Mahito's at, and there's a bunch of curse spirits right there. And he's fighting each and one of them, and it's flashing back from while he was wishing he was on vacation and the present time where, you know, he's killing all his curse spirits, which is a great homage. I really loved it. Unfortunately, Mahito puts his hand across Nami's chest and he's like, hey, remember me, right? When you jumped me with your boy Yuji. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, they fucked up Mahito back in the day. But everything takes a turn for the worse. Nanami looks at Yuji and says, hey, you got it from here. And blasts Nanami's upper body away. And I'm like, holy shit. And this was another person that was close to Yuji. And this right here, another one. Right in front of his face. Another killing by Mahito. Mahito was the Joker that I made a previous video about. Mahito runs away from his original body and claps, you know, the double's hand. And he gets his true power on the double. And then the Mahito smacks Noboru in the face. And then she starts having a flashback when she was a kid. And this heartbreak moment when she was in the room. And she's like, hey guys, I had a good moment with all of you. And then it comes back to present time. And a giant explosion happens to her face. And you see Noboru's eyeball just fly across the room. I'm like, holy shit. And blood splats all over Yuji's face. That right there was another heartbreaking moment. And you just see him laying on the ground saying that he can't take it anymore. And he just wants to die. Our boy Yuji went through hell in the Shibuya arc. Those two incidents was the most heartbreaking moment in the Shibuya arc. Then we get the tag teams back together. Yuji and Todo versus Mahito. After dealing with a mental breakdown, Todo comes up to give Yuji back on his feet and face his arch nemesis. This battle was so crucial to Yuji's growth as a sorcerer and further unleash his incredible potential. This intense confrontation between Mahito, Todo, and Yuji results in the three of them sustaining severe injuries. As the battle dragged on, each of them was pushed to their limits. Near the brink of death, unfortunately, Todo suffers the most by losing his hand and can no longer use Boogie Woogie, one of my favorite moves of all of Jujutsu Kaisen. And we can't forget the greatest speech of all time, the I am you. I'm you. I wanted to reject you, convince myself that you were wrong, but that doesn't matter now. I'm gonna kill you. Even if you come back as another curse, I will kill you. Change your name. Change your form. I'll kill you again. I don't need to find meaning or a reason. Maybe in 100 years after my death, the meaning behind my actions will become apparent. In the grand scheme of things, I'm probably nothing more than a cop. But I'll keep killing curses for as long as I can. That's my role in this. Ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. Yuji is dropping fucking bars, and that fight between him and Mahito was epic, especially all those black flashes was fire, and I loved it. And I just love how, you know, once Mahito ran out of idol transfiguration, he became a bitch and started throwing dirt at my boy Yuji because he couldn't handle it anymore. And Yuji became that guy. And we hit the finale. My last favorite moment in the Shibuya arc, Yuta's return. The main protagonist from Jujutsu Kaisen 0. After chilling with Miguel, Yuta, aka the GOAT one, has returned from his journey and found himself thrown into action once again and rescue a young girl from a cursed spirit. After all these crazy events in Shibuya, Yuta is sent to assassinate Yuji by the higher-ups from Jujutsu High. I can't wait for Season 3 and see how strong Yuta has become since Jujutsu Kaisen 0. Since Gojo's being sealed away, I believe Yuta would overtake that crown as being the #1 strongest in the world. These were some of my favorite moments in all of Season 2. If I missed some of your favorite moments, comment below. And if you made it all the way to the end of the video, well, thank you. Hit that sub and like button. I greatly appreciate it. Until next time, this is Culture Universe.